4 mistakes all struggling print-on-demand Etsy sellers are making. Let's go. Hey guys, Angie here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you 4 serious mistakes that new print-on-demand Etsy sellers are making. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you today is because I spend every waking hour looking at Etsy stores, and I have a group of thousands of people who share with me their struggles, their wins, and everything in between. So I've seen what sellers are doing wrong consistently to not make sales and what sellers are doing right when they shift from not making sales to making daily sales. I have students who just a few weeks ago were making no sales at all, and now they are making daily sales. Every single day, multiple sales. So be sure to stick around for this entire video because I'm going to reveal the 4 things, and at the end I'm going to reveal a bonus 5th thing. And if you don't get this right, you are not going to make sales. So first off, I'm going to post a couple screenshots here of people in my group who are getting their very first sale, multiple sales a day, now almost star seller. There are so many of them, and a lot of them have one main thing in common that actually helped them go from 0 sales to making their first sale and then on to consistent sales. And that one thing is starting to use an actual research tool to help them find the pockets on Etsy where there is a gap that they can jump into and fill that need for the customer. Repetition is key when you're looking to be successful and have all of the right elements in place. So yes, mistake number 1 is not using a research tool to help you, right? Because as humans, we can only do so much, but when you have a tool that actually provides you real data taken from the platform overall, that's going to help you a lot more than just using your own 2 eyeballs. So I'm going to link for you down below a free trial of Sales Samurai so you can try it out for yourself and see how it works for you before even committing to the monthly membership. Now, mistake number 2 is a big one, and a lot of people are making this mistake, and that is being too generic, right? They are looking at bestsellers and they are literally copying them or just tweaking a few small things, and they're not even thinking about what are people really looking for on Etsy when they see this full page of designs that look almost identical. So one of the number 1 things that have helped me and other sellers in my group to make more sales is actually niching down our listings. And by that I mean, rather than just making a design that says teacher, you actually niche it down to something more specific, such as a music teacher, right? Because that's speaking to one particular type of person. Or if you're making a design for a nurse, what kind of nurse, right? There are tons of different kinds of nurses, ER nurse, pediatric nurse, there are so many, right? The list is endless. And we are now at the end of our Christmas listings. However, instead of doing something such as Merry Christmas, you could do something like Merry Mama, right? Because then you are at that point are speaking to moms. You're speaking to a particular person, and that is a very giftable item. Now, there is so much to cover with this topic that I literally did a 90-minute coaching call last night covering this in more detail and actually showing examples and reviewing some of our students' stores where I could actually point out what they're doing wrong, how they could do it better, comparing it to bestsellers, and making sure that they understand what actually makes a winning print-on-demand t-shirt or sweatshirt listing. So if you want to access that full 90-minute call, you can do that by actually joining my 7-day free Etsy bootcamp, and that's going to be taking you over the next 7 days of setting up a print-on-demand store. And then at the end of that, you will have the opportunity to learn even more about this topic. Mistake number 3 is horrible color choices. Now, unless you have an art background, you're probably not good with color and you don't have an eye for it, and that's okay. Don't let that stop you from designing for print on demand, because what already works is already out there. So a lot of sellers, what they're doing is they're just going into Canva, and when they want to make a font, they're actually just using the standard fonts that they see on the left-hand side as soon as they log in. in and they're just like grabbing any random colors and mixing them together, and it looks bad, right? It looks really bad. So I have shown my color hack in many videos, and I literally just go to Google, I type in vintage color palettes, and you'll find already curated color palettes where the colors are soft, they're easy on the eye, and they work together. I will literally just take one of the images from Google, put it on my Canva template, and then it will automatically pull up those color codes for me when I highlight over the letters, so I can change it to a really pleasing color palette. So don't guess when it comes to color, right? Get yourself one of those color palettes that will work with your design and use it. And mistake number 4 is actually when you go to place your design on the mock-up, it should be nice and big and centered, but away from the edges. So when I was reviewing a lot of my student stores, what I was noticing is that the ones that weren't making sales actually had their designs going stretched out so far all the way to the armpit of the mock-up, to the point that it was almost off of the shirt. Okay, you just have to look at it and with your eye be able to see that that is not correct. Okay, so look at my shirt here, right? The design is away from the edges. And also, when you put your design inside of Printify, they have this nice dotted line in the center of the actual shirt where you go to place your design. And they have it, as you can see, away from the edges of the shirt, away from the neck of the shirt. So you want it nice and big and centered, right? But in the center. So if your design is like all angled up here, like towards the collar, or all the way out here, then you definitely want to adjust that right away, because your customers are going to see when they come there that the design isn't going to look right on their shirt when they have it printed, or they're going to think, and they're just going to think that you're sloppy with what you're doing. And tip number 5, and this is the bonus tip, and I think that this was probably one of the biggest breakthroughs for the people on my call on Monday night. And that is, a lot of people's design placement is literally just off. How they use the fonts and graphics just doesn't work together. And so if you're not super good at design, the good news is, like I've already said in this video, is that what works is already out there, but you can still be unique, and this is how you do it. You find a bestseller with a winning layout, right? A font that works, a color scheme that works, a layout that works, and you put that on your spreadsheet and you make a mental note of how this design is laid out. Now, what most people will do when they find a bestseller is literally just try to think on their own, how can I alter this to make it similar but different? So I am not doing that, right? I'm taking this listing where I have a winning listing and design, and I'm making note of the actual layout, the font, the graphics, and everything like that. And then I'm going and finding another best-selling listing where it has, good SEO, great keywords, just the theme of the actual listings, and then I'm making a hybrid between the two, right? So I'm taking this bestseller and I'm moving it into a different niche. So for example, you could have a teacher listing that is a bestseller and it has great fonts, colors, and layouts, and then I can apply that template to, say, a dog shirt in a totally different niche. So people searching for dog shirts are not going to have seen this layout because it actually came from the teacher niche. So this is how you stop guessing, stop trying so hard to use something as inspiration but ending up way too similar and not even as good as the original. So this really helps to keep everything in your store unique. However, every single element is a winner, right? Because winning elements just keep winning. So now let's go ahead and quickly pop over to Sales Samurai and use the research tool to find some winning designs, some winning listings, and discuss how we can actually make them into a hybrid. Alright, so I'm inside of Sales Samurai and you're looking at all of their tutorial videos, but what we're doing in today's video is using the Chrome extension. So if you haven't downloaded this yet, be sure to do so. And then when you go over to Etsy, you're going to be able to pull it up in the search bar. And this is how you really niche down your listings and get more specific. Okay, so you want to type in your general search term, teacher, sweatshirt, and then you're going to see this bar come up here with these numbers, and this is going to allow you to click on this to get more suggestions. So let's click on this 500 more for teacher sweatshirt. And then this is going to pull up a window with keyword suggestions. And over here, once all of this loads, you can sort this by clicking on it from highest competition to lowest competition. You can view the search volume of all of these keywords as well as the competition. And you can go through here and find keywords that are going to be more niched down related to a teacher. And this is how you find endless amounts of ideas, right? Because there are some teacher categories that I would never ever think of because I'm not a teacher, right? So you can scroll through here and find yourself a new niche. Here's one as an example, PE teacher. And that has 460 searches per month and 1,960 competition. So let's go over to Etsy and find some listings for PE teacher. So we have typed that in to search right here, and then we can sort by a bestseller. So we're going to go ahead and select that right there and hit apply. And so we can come over to this one and we can see 20 people have this in their cart, and it is a sought after gift. So that is a great sign. And so what this tells us is that this SEO on this listing is really good. So we can copy this title and paste it in a document, go back into Sales Samurai, run all of these keywords through, order it from lowest competition keyword to highest competition keyword, and use this for our very own listing. Now the thing is, you cannot be a carbon copy of this listing because your listing is going to likely show up next to theirs. They already have more reviews than you and most likely more authority on the Etsy platform. So you can use part of this listing and then you can find another bestseller in a different niche and use the format of their listing in order to create a brand new design with also winning SEO. So then you can type in something totally different over on Etsy, such as realtor, right? It's a totally different niche. And then I see this listing right here. Let's click on that. And this one also has 20 people have it in their cart, and it's a sought after gift as well. So what this tells me is not only is their SEO good, but their designs are good. So now I can utilize this similar design for PE teacher. So you could put PE teacher here and layer it like this, and now you're going to be different than the PE teacher design that you found. However, you still know that the layout of a design is a winner, right? Because winning elements just continue to win, and now you have a hybrid of two listings to make your very own unique one. This is probably one of the best gems that you can get when it comes to design for print on demand and how to take winning elements to create your listing. So if you make these changes in your business, be sure to come back and let me know if it worked. Also, be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite takeaway is from today's video. I'm also going to link my full Etsy playlist on the screen here, so you can go through all of the videos that I have put out to help you succeed with Etsy and print on demand. Make it an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.